overview. We got $182,041,018,750 in POP cash annually that we've already identified. $58,660,381,262.76 in MOMA cash, actual cash we've identified. That brings us to $240,701,400,012.76. That's 76 cents always there. In cash that we have actually identified every year. Every year. 10 years, that's 2.4 trillion. Paying attention, great. Now we also identified an absolute minimum benefit, which I have as NAB up here right now, which is the cops, the jurisdictions, all that stuff, the police that don't have to deal with things anymore. Now, not even talking about the true cost of STDs included in here, not counting about the tricks, the other social impacts, all in here, just the arrest of prostitutes, and incarceration, the processing of them specifically, based on Genesis House numbers and others, brings us to $59,062,500,000 from the POP end. From the MOM end, with respect towards potheads, we're not talking about dealers. We are talking about Department of Justice's own numbers identifying these people as potheads, $49,269,805,603. To some states' credits, and even to Christine Gregoire's credits, much to my surprise, they're trying. It's my understanding the big issue right now, per Governor Gregoire, what she told our people, is our current United States Attorney General. Catch that word current. Mr. Attorney General, if you can't get your act together, then make room for someone who can. Because it's time for America to grow up. In the meantime, once we do grow up, we have a minimum national annual benefit, which we could use, of $108,332,305,603. Now, let's go ahead and take that annual minimum benefit, or national annual benefit, add it with the projected annual revenues, and here's what we come up with. As we've identified already, actually, $241,103,518,750 for the POP, $107,930,186,865.76 for the MOM, comes up to a minimum national annual benefit. Did I say I was going to show the numbers for what? $349,033,705,615.76. Times that by the 100-year intended term, and we're already at $34,903,370,561,576.76. Now watch this. What you're not seeing here is a sandbag list that I made before. You're not seeing that. That was actually valued at over $24 trillion, which brought our numbers with this up over the $58 trillion figure, pushing $60 trillion. Instead, what we're going to do here is show you some real different numbers, because the other numbers were based on going through all of TAP and finding all the sandbags and shoring it all up and everything. You're going to love this. This represents 37.5% at best of the prostitution cash. The real number would be closer to $485,442,713,333.33. The MOMA cash represented at 58 billion plus. I use Rick Steves' numbers. Rick Steves does the I'm touring Iran, I'm touring Europe. He's all over the place on public broadcasting. He's also at all the hemp fests. You got to catch him. He said the numbers are closer to 98 million pot users. This was supposedly based on 40 million. So we changed the numbers to adjust for that. Brings us to $143,717,154,093.90. The grand total, $628,150,667,437.23 in annual revenues to America. This is cash, people. Cash. I gotta slam the economists out there. I have to slam everybody that ever called me crazy. If you're so good, do it yourself. You know, it really pisses me off sometimes. It does. But let's go ahead and show these numbers. Bring in the absolute minimum benefit. Once again, not counting tricks, not counting STDs, not counting any of that. And we're bringing in $108,332,305,603. What does this say for us? That means every single year, $736,482,973,437 $640.23 is America's minimum national annual benefit. And I can't get the president to open the door or to open the card or whatever. Can you dig that? No one's paying attention. Some administrators got it buried somewhere. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and close out that 100-year. We're going to show you. Over a 100-year term, that comes to $73,648,297,304,023, and I guess I should probably throw in, I don't need to throw in that 23 cents because that's at $23 now. So far we've shown, not counting the 2.5 million jobs that I promised in our future world. I can obviously show the numbers. 2.9 million. That's an average because it goes as high as 3.1 million, and 3.1 million is a closer estimate. 2.9 million minimum new American jobs, new American careers. This crap about, oh, I saved a teacher's job this year, so I should get a brownie point for saving the teacher's job. You are running the worst economy in history. And I'm to pat you on the back for that? We're not only saving jobs, we need to create some jobs, and a lot of them. There have been jobs created since the last 27 million people have been born. So at any rate, 29 million minimum jobs, careers that are going to stay there for that 100 years. They're not going anywhere. 2.9 million, excuse me. And out of that, if we use the number, since they all came from the POPA, it comes out to we'll just call it 7.7 million jobs, careers, once you do the math and numbers involved in that. So you factor in that 2.5 million, and you also go ahead and use the POPA's conversion for what more realistic numbers are at, and you come in at another 6.6 million jobs, careers. Why the factoring? Well, because then we can afford to hire them. We're going as we go, not borrowing from some bank. No, the banks are borrowing from us at this point. My God. So at any rate, it all comes out to basically 14.4 million new American jobs and careers. If you can do better, you do it. Otherwise, let's get with the program and get the world on the program.